very good morning to everybody. Saturday, the 20th of July, 2019, Abingdon Street Junction and Talbot Road. This is where you join me for this video. Thank you ever so much for finding it and viewing. Now, today, again, we have drizzle and rain. For the last 2 days, we have had this like other parts of the country. So I'm a little bit in arrears of what I should have done. But as it was raining, I was not able to do it. Now, I have interesting news. So if I can just explain firstly the programme. I'm going to take you to WILKOS and then we will go to Edward Street, the site of the Premier Inn, then Corporation Street, and finally I will close this video up, which will be my Sunday survey for this week. It will be closed up with a most interesting visit to the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. I hope you enjoy. Now, it is hopefully full of information. The most information concerns Corporation Street and where we are arriving now at this very well-known store now of Wilko. Yes, I have information about this, so I'm going to do my best to very briefly and quickly tell you what I have found. I'm going to just close this camcorder down now until I arrive at the store. I want to cross the road safely. I'm very quickly going to show you these. These are the 2 sets of tramlines which have been here for many months. They're not going anywhere, but they will one day. They'll be going right through that WILKOS store. We have arrived safely right opposite the entrance of this gigantic store, WILKO. Now, this is what I have found out. This was released 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago on the internet. I found it on a very interesting site, a professional site. So I'm going to go with this. This project is the talk of the town still. What will happen? When will it happen? And will it ever happen? Well, I have news now, so I will do my best in plain, very gentle language. I'm not going to use any professional legal terms or terminology, but this is what I found, and this was released 4 days ago on the professional site. There is a parent company looking after this whole project, the regeneration of Blackpool. One big company looking after it. Now, what has appeared this week is that that company is now asking to hear from contractors who wish to build this 142-roomed hotel with bars, restaurants and a conference centre. Also, it is required that this whole of the building be knocked down and taken away. So, very briefly, that's what's happened. Now, they are waiting to hear from companies who wish to undertake the job. This is what is going to happen. Submissions will be made, and then that parent company will provide a shortlist. And The companies on that shortlist will then have to submit their quote to do a job. Now this will take place in September 2019, just a couple of months in the future from now. Now this is the crux of the information, the last line that I read. The last line read, work to start spring 2020. Now that would imply to myself that work will in fact start in the spring of 2020, meaning that Wilko must have found somewhere suitable to go, as nothing can be done until Wilko leave these premises. However, after reading what I did on the internet, on this professional site, this parent company now waiting to hear from contractors who want to build this hotel, and also for the work to start in 2020. Now, I don't think there's any way that a parent company would ask for that if they did not know that Wilko was going. I do hope this proves to be correct. There's lots of talk in the town. There's talk in the town about Wilko is not going until the end of the lease. But I'm going to be, what's the word? I'm just going to say what I saw, and it's still on the internet, on this site this very morning. I'm going to run with that. So there's every chance that yes, Wilko will be leaving soon. I apologise for the length that has taken. However, I did want to make it clear. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to just turn this corner, and I'm going to go to our next point of venue, which is Edward Street. Just round this corner. And very soon we will be approaching the very, very well-known public house of the Washington, and we will progress down there to Edward Street. To continue my little story about Wilko while I take you down to Edward Street. A couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was walking down Talbot Road and I see a person who would know what is going on, and he was good enough to mention something. He actually told me that in the near future things will happen, meaning that Wilko had found somewhere to go, but it involves two big companies in the town, and obviously I cannot say the names of the companies, but this official said that work may be seen and progress may be seen as to the relocation of Wilko very, very soon. It won't happen next month, it might not happen in 2 months or 3 months, it might happen about Christmas time. But there's something going on. There has to be something going on, so that is very good news. Here we are, Edward Street. 15 weeks work here. As you know, we've already walked down here once and we saw those two big holes. Oh, they really boarded this up. Oh look, there's the rear of the old post office. Well, I think that with a nice entrance here, and a cafe and a restaurant. It will do this road a little bit of good. Everything all nice and quiet down here this morning on the Saturday. No work here today. And here is that giant hole that we see earlier in the week. Now I'm going to close up this visit to Edward Street now, because there's no use me just walking you down there. I'm not going to be able to show you anything in operation. So now I'm going to take you to a visit to the Premier Inn site. Welcome back, and we are now at the site of the Premier Inn, where this week very good work has now taken place via the scaffolders. Huge project, huge progress in them making it all safe and available for the bricklayers who will lay those facing bricks. Virtually now reached the 5th story, these scaffolders. Now, as I'm taking this video, there is a fierce wind coming from the Irish Sea. I do apologise if the audio is not very good. However, I'm thrilled with the results of the actual video, the actual film of this that the camera has done for me. We are now at the front of the Premier Inn. And as you can see, the scaffolders have worked very hard here as well. They're up to the 4th story here, also at this front. And to complete this visit to this site, the site of the Premier Inn, I would like to show you this again. An artist picture of the finished article of the Premier Inn. Immediately across the road is Corporation Street. Now there's a lot of information that I can pass over here, so we're now going to enter Corporation Street. Directly opposite of that sign that you've just seen, showing the Premier Inn finished article. There's the town hall, and we are now approaching the entrance or the end of Corporation Street. I'm so lucky at the moment. As said, terrible weather over the last couple of days. Constant kind of drizzle, nuisance rain. So I'm going to take every opportunity for this video. Also, of course, today is Carnival Day here, so I really want to see if I can get something out of that. And of course, tomorrow is the big day of Fleetwood, Tram Sunday, so I hope to get something. However, the weather may have something to say about that. Now, we are now approaching the part of Corporation Street that has had to be fully closed up. All the buses usually start from here, the number 6, the number 9 and the 14. Here we are now entering this one and only cage that protects the pedestrians and everybody from all this work. And the contractors have started work over that side. And the first thing that local people will notice is that all the bus stands have all been taken down, as we are now going to receive brand new ones, brand new bus stops here. Now there should be some signs here for me that I can explain what is going on. Here's the first of them. These white lines. Now, there we are, just in front. These white lines have been marked out. Now, they go right down there to where the road has been taken off. Now, what is going to happen here is that all this will be taken up and it will form a lay-by for loading and unloading. The curb is being right extended from where it is now right out to here. Now also I'm looking for another sign. I had help here, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't know what I'm passing over. I had help here. Now I'm looking for two signs here. There we are. There they are in front of you. Now there's two arrows there. One's got 4.0 and another has 2.0. Now what's going to happen here is also I'm just going to go back now to the start of this curved white line. Now what's going to happen here is that the curb you are looking at now is going to be extended outwards, and funnily enough it's going to be extended outwards as far as here. I'm just going to put my foot on this block, that if you can see my foot there. The curb is going to be extended right out here. This is so as all the buses, there's three of them here, the 6, 9 and the 14. Now the help I received was that this will allow all the bus drivers more space because they're parking up against each other, and if the contractors extend this curb outwards, it would make it easier for the bus drivers to leave. This is what I'm told. I'm very grateful for that information that was passed to me. So all the way up here, right to the end of this cage is going to be extended. Now the final thing that I've got to add here, now I am not a car driver, so I will need a little bit of help here. I'm told that private cars should not use this part of the road. Now this is what I'm told. I have noticed in the past private cars have used this area of Corporation Street. Now again, at the cost of repeating myself, I have received help, and I'm told that there's going to be CCTV cameras, security cameras placed here to catch drivers who use this, and then they will receive a fine in the post. Now this is what I'm told, so please be very careful if that happens to be turned out to be true. As I said, I'm not a car driver, so I don't know if one can drive down here, but that's what was told to me. CCTV cameras are going to be placed here to catch drivers who drive up here. Now that completes the little visit I hope you found interest of Corporation Street. A 15-week project here, and you can quite easily see why. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to pay our last visit to a venue, and that is to the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. I'll close the camera down and I will see you there. Just a very quick view previous to leaving here. This is the start of Corporation Street, all nicely shielded off to protect the pedestrians over this 15-week period. One of the sides of the Sands Venue Resort Hotel, and there is a fierce wind coming off that Irish Sea which I've just shown you. But you have the video. That's the most important thing. You have the video. I'm going to work my way round now to the front, and the most exciting part that's happened this week, the wonderful progress of the roof extension which has taken place the other side. A view of the front of this hotel now, and you can see all the steel girders at the front now. And what I'm going to do is to cross the road to get a better view, so as you can see the wonderful progress made on the extension of the roof this week. Here we are, everybody. We have arrived at the side which I would like to show you the marvellous progress made to erect these 2 stories and the roof. This is a voiceover due to the fact that the original recording was ruined. This is a proper wind channel, this little alleyway, so I've had to do this voiceover. As you can see, all this work all done this week. You can see, I think that would be the 2 stories and the roof, possibly the 2 stories plus the roof, but whatever it is, a marvellous progress made all this week at this side. And I'm so very pleased that the drizzle and rain has held off to enable myself to achieve this video. I'm so pleased, and thank everybody for viewing it. I quickly add that I realise not everybody likes these videos. I realise that. We're at completely the rear of this hotel now, and it is from here that I'd like to thank everybody for joining me for this Sunday review, which, as said, has been filmed on the Saturday, and I'm very lucky indeed with this weather that I was able to do it. Thank you awfully for joining me, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye bye.